out.
Well, when Baldwin keeps his pitches on the corners like he did to Garcia Parra, he's awful tough. But that pitch right down the middle of the plate. And O'Leary with the hard line drive back up the middle for the hit. Once again, O'Leary's average probably just about 300 or maybe a little over.
And the key for Troy will be sustaining it. Last year, a very solid first half. He really tailed off in the second half and had a very tough time in the playoff series with Cleveland. He knows that he needs to keep it going throughout this season. Fastball up and in on Stanley. Some oohs and ahs from the crowd, remembering what happened here last night.
Well, when you're getting beat up pretty good, and Baldwin certainly is here in the first inning, you've got to try to create some more plate for yourself, and a pitch up and in could help that.
Followed by a breaking ball down and away. You weren't with us last night. In the first inning of last night's game, John Snyder, the Chicago starter, hit John Valentin in the head. Valentin stayed in for another inning before being replaced by Creighton Dubonic. Valentin's getting a day of rest today. And here's a look back at it. A horrible sound. I hope you weren't throwing at me, Valentin said to Snyder. Snyder later threw an up and in on Offerman, who gestured at him, and then Jin-Ho Cho hit Brooke Fordyce. Both sides were warned. That's the best way for Stanley to answer for the gapper in left center. O'Leary coming into third, and he's going to be held at third on a double by Stanley, who's now 7 for his last 11.
Well, the Red Sox are really teeing off on the fastball of Baldwin. It has been right down the middle of the plate with most of them, and they're not missing it. Little topspin line drive by Stanley. It'll get by Carlos Lee out there in left field. And that will enable Stanley to get into second base with the double. And, of course, they had to hold O'Leary at third. A little stumble by Troy as he headed into third base.
Since getting out of that awful 0 for 27 drought, Stanley's 12 for his last 30. He's reached base in every plate appearance in this series. He's on base 4 times with 3 hits and a walk last night. Now 1 for 1 today. Nardi Contreras, the pitching coach, at the mound. The Red Sox have 5 hits here in the first. Just 1 out for Baldwin on the Garcia Parra strikeout. And the bat will be Jason Varitek, trying to help the Red Sox improve on the best home record in the American League. The Red Sox are 25-13 here at Fenway, and they've done particularly well at home lately. How about Oakland? 10 games above 500 at the Coliseum. Problem for Oakland is they're 11 under on the road. Jason Varitek takes a ball down and away. Jason had 3 hits last night, raising his average to 244. 2 doubles and a single. He also had his first stolen base of the year last night. They're in tight at the corners for Chicago, and in closer in the middle as well. Looks like they'll try to come to the plate on a ground ball.
And Baldwin trying something other than the fastball. A couple of changeups to Varitek.
And the count 1-1. 3-0 Red Sox in the first on a Brian Daubach 3-run homer. 1-1 is up and away. 2 of his hits last night for extra bases. Action already. Scott Air in the bullpen. Check swing at a ball high. Two men in scoring position. 1 out. The 3-1 to Varitek. Hit in the air and left. Pretty well hit. That ball is off the top of the wall. O'Leary in to score with Stanley right behind him. Another extra base hit for Varitek and a 5-0 Boston lead.
Well, after the meeting with Nardi Contreras, you saw more changeups in that at bat to Varitek, but you can't leave the changeup up in the zone, and that's exactly what Baldwin did on that last pitch. Varitek will plant it up on that left field wall. Up and away. And Jason just goes with the pitch. And about 3/4 away up to the left of the All-Star game sign. 5-run first.
And the chance for more with a man in scoring position and 1 out, and Darren Lewis takes a fastball outside. Marin at 256 with 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Could be the last batter for Baldwin if he doesn't get Lewis. With Nixon on deck, the lefty Air still throwing. Nixon retrieved that foul ball and flipped it into the crowd. 5 runs on 6 hits. Baldwin has thrown 27 pitches already while recording just 1 out. Check swing fielded by Baldwin. He looked at the runner for a moment, decided to make the play at first. Varitek to third with 2 outs.
Well, nice play there by James Baldwin. A check swing by Lewis. It looked like it might get by the pitch, and if it does, Lewis has a chance for an infield hit. But he made a fine play coming off the mound. Checked that runner at second base, but could not make an off-balance throw to try to get Varitek, so he'll just take the sure out at first base.
The Red Sox have sent 9 men to the plate here in the first as Trot Nixon hits. And takes a ball up and away. Trot had 2 singles and 4 at-bats last night to get his average back up to 240. 3 homers, 16 runs batted in. He also made a sensational defensive play. A diving catch in shallow right. And the ball hit by Chris Singleton. 2-0 now. I think with Pedro going, this is one of those days that maybe they should invoke your proposed rule. Red Sox can decline their ups and just let Pedro stand out there and try to get 24 more outs. And
if you need him at the end, you can take him.
That's ball 4. Nixon walked on 4 pitches. So Hoffman's going to bat for the 2nd time here in the first inning, and he's going to bat against the reliever, Scott Air.
Baldwin doesn't like it. He's just threw his chew out of his mouth. Very unhappy about this, but I mean, what's Jerry Manuel supposed to do?
Yeah, pitch a little better, James. Then you don't have to worry about getting the hook. That chew, did it put a dent in the field?
Yeah, he gets out there halfway between the pitcher's mound and shortstop.
You don't want to step on that when you're walking across the field. And Baldwin departs after 2/3 of an inning. And the new pitcher will be the lefty Scott Air. 5-0 Red Sox, still in the bottom of the first. Red Sox lead 5-0. They're going to need to win this one to keep pace with the Yankees in the American League East. The Yankees victorious again today in Baltimore, so New York has won 5 in a row. 5-0. They're going to need to win this one to keep pace with the Yankees in the American League East. The Yankees victorious again today in Baltimore, so New York has won 5 in a row. The Red Sox at this moment a game and a half out. If they beat the White Sox today, they'll be back within 1 game. And the Orioles, after gathering a bit of momentum, are starting to slide back, having dropped the last 2 games of that series to the Red Sox. That really put them on the skids again. James Baldwin faced 9 batters, retired 2 of them. He has been replaced by left-hander Scott Air.
Just recently called up on the 20th of June. He's made a couple of appearances. He was a starting pitcher at AAA Charlotte. Had 11 starts down there and a record of 6-4 with a 3.82 ERA. Red Sox have seen him before. He's been up and down a couple of times with the White Sox.
He inherits runners at the corners. Jose Hoffman batting for the 2nd time in this inning. He doubled while hitting left-handed against Baldwin about a half an hour ago down in the left field corner. He scored the first of the 5 runs. Varitek the runner at third, Nixon at first. Fastball looked pretty good. Called a ball. Air, 27 years old, from Utah. Lives in West Valley City, Utah. Changeup was high, 2-0. Well, the kind of trend that Hoffman wants to continue. He has the reputation of being a very fast starter. Of course, last year he still wound up the season hitting .315. Yeah, good cut at that one, but missed. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I'm sure he's so happy to see a lefty in there. He's had some difficulties against lefties. Only .224. And he had that base hit the first time up. Looked like he maybe be getting out of a slump.
Down and in. So it's 3-1 with Lou Merlone on deck. Air drafted originally by the Texas Rangers, a 9th round selection in the June 1991 draft. Started his professional career with the Texas organization and was traded for Esteban Beltre in March of '94. That's ball 4 low. So there have been 6 hits and now 2 walks in this first inning.
Number 26, the third baseman.
And here's Lou Merlone. He singled and scored earlier in this inning. 5-0 Boston. A 3-run homer by Brian Daubach, a 2-run double by Jason Varitek. And now the bases are loaded for Lou. And he takes a strike. Most runs Pedro Martinez has allowed in a game this season is 4. So here the White Sox, your chances aren't very good, although right now it's like icing the free throw shooter. They kept Pedro over in that dugout for a very long time.
It's like we talked about a little bit earlier, Sean. You know you've got to face one of the top pitchers in the game, probably the best pitcher in the game at this point. And you get 5 points in the body, down by 5 early in the first inning. That takes a little bit out of a club.
Well, I think Pedro will have working in his favor shortly. The shadows will be out in front of home plate. And right behind the home plate area right now. Swing and a miss by Merlone makes it 1-2. Up and away. Offerman, the runner at first. Nixon at second. And at third, Jason Varitek. 2-2 on Merlone, the 11th batter of the first inning. That's low. A full count, and with 2 outs, all the runners will be off with the pitch. Go. The pitch hit in the air deep in left. That ball is off the top of the wall. He just missed his first career grand slam. It's a double for Merlone that drives in 3. It's 8-0.
This ball left the bat. I thought for sure Merlone had himself a grand slam home run, but it did not miss by very much. Just about 5 feet. And of course, with the 3-2 count and the runners off, all 3 will come around the score as Lou stands on second base with the double. 6 RBI now in the season for Merlone, and his 4th double.
And a chance for Daubach to have quite an inning for himself. He had a 3-run homer earlier in this inning to get the scoring started. 8 runs on 7 hits and 2 walks. And Daubach looked at a ball. James Baldwin pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed 7 earned runs on 6 hits, including the Daubach homer. He walked 1 and struck out 1. Air responsible for 1 run. He hasn't retired a batter yet. He throws a strike at the knees. 1-1 on Daubach. This is the most runs in one inning by the Red Sox this year. The previous high 6. May 28th at Cleveland in the 4th inning. As I look back at Brian Daubach's homer, it was so long ago, even though it was in this inning. We'll refresh our memory. Now the 1-2. Off the mid of Fordyce and on to third goes Maloney. That should be a pass ball. Popped right in and out of the mitt.
Well, there's not much more that could go wrong for the White Sox here in the first inning. 8 runs on the board. The pass ball here. Then a couple of walks.
Nothing Red Sox in the first. Air trying to put an end to this extraordinarily long inning. Daubach fouls one off over the roof on the left.
The danger of this, Sean, is this 8-0 lead early. This could really be a big time inane Banta day.
Yes.
As it goes on. A lot of the strategy taken away.
Yes. Has the makings of the quality inane banter time. Daubach hammers one into right. Pitch up out of the strike zone, it seemed, and Bryan still ripped it. He has 4 runs batted in and 2 hits in this inning, and the Red Sox lead 9-0.
Home run was a fastball down. This time the fastball is up, and Daubach able to get the hands above the baseball and put the ball on a line for a base hit. 29 RBI now for Daubach. 4 of those here in the first inning.
Really nothing fluky about what he's done. He's just a very good hitter.
Yep.
Here's Nomar. Has to be feeling a little more frustrated about his strikeout earlier. Big swing there by Nomar. The head flying off the ball. He fouled one into the Red Sox dugout. Garciaparra struck out swinging for the first out of the inning. He's the 13th batter of the inning. Gary Manuel's 2 pitchers, Baldwin and Ayer, have combined to throw 44 pitches here in the first. Make matters worse, Ayer is a slow worker. 0-2. Nomar trying to avoid making 2 of the 3 outs in this inning. This big lead, Jerry, might also be a chance, although they are again shorthanded a little bit with infielders, to get Nomar back on the bench and give him a little more rest for that leg muscle pull.
And I still don't want to use John Valentin today, maybe today and tomorrow. Pretty much in the same situation as you were last night, with Gubanek maybe going to third base.
1-2 pitch is way outside. There's Gubanek, leading all third basemen in the American League in fielding percentage.
He's got the shades on. He's ready to go.
Yes, he is. Now the 2-2. Pulled foul. Got a breaking ball in on the hands and send it into section 31.
A couple more of those beams painted today.
Yeah, they're making progress.
Yeah.
Working from the left field corner back around toward home plate. Now the 2-2. Fastball drilled to deep center. Is that one going to go to? Yes. A 2-run homer by Garciaparra. He's hit in 12 straight games. It's his 13th home run of the year. He's driven in 49, and the Red Sox have scored 11 runs here in the first inning.
And this ball is absolutely crushed by Garciaparra. A high fastball that Nomar will hit right at the top of that wall, which is in home run territory in center field. Ball about letter high, and Nomar takes to the straightaway center field, just to the right of the yellow line at the top of the wall. which, of course, is a home run. My goodness.
Number 25.
Well, the Red Sox, who have struggled to score runs for much of the year, with an amazing outburst here in the first inning. 11 runs. The 14th batter of the inning is Troy O'Leary. And everyone's swinging from the hip now.
Imagine standing out in that infield now, an outfield behind the pitcher. How do you like our chances? 11-0 in the first.
O'Leary lines one to left center. Another well-hit ball, but it's going to be the last out of the inning as it's caught by Singleton. Mock cheer goes up from the fans and a standing ovation for the Red Sox. Brian Daubach got it started. The first of many big hits in the inning. He hit a 3-run homer. Lou Merloni had a 3-run double. Nomar Garciaparra capped the scoring with a 2-run homer. 11 runs in the first and an 11-0 Boston lead.
Hey, I'll race you across.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that rope swing's still here. These are the days. Fetzer days. Enjoy the wine.
Pep Boys knows how to give you a great deal on tires. They don't run specials on just one size. Pep Boys discounts every size in stock. That means all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for $99. All 70,000-mile tires are 4 for only $169. Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires and protect your tires with a computerized wheel alignment. Cars, trucks, or SUVs now only $44.99.
Pep Boys. Cars like us. People love us.
The confidence of Control Track 4-wheel drive, the versatility to haul anything and go anywhere, and all the style you'd expect from the best-selling sport utility in America, Ford Explorer. And during the final days of truck season, get an Explorer with no down payment, no security deposit, and just $389 a month. Powerful V6, automatic, air, a CD player, and more. $389 a month. Zero down, zero security deposit. Confidence, versatility, and style. That's Ford Explorer. Truck season ends July 5th, only at your New England Ford dealer.
Hi, come on in. Hey, it's good to see you.
How are you? These are the days.
Something smells great.
Fetzer days. Enjoy the wine.
Well, you see it right. The Red Sox with 11 runs in the first inning. They're making an 11-0 ball game. The Red Sox take on Jose Canseco, Wade Boggs, and the rest of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays June 30th and July 1st. Come out to see this last series at home before the All-Star game and see Friendly Fenway in its final preparations for the Midsummer Classic. For tickets, call 617-4824-SOX.
Red Sox came out well short of their team record for most runs in one inning, which was 17 in the 7th inning of a game against Detroit in June of 1953. It's the 27th time in team history that they've scored 10 or more runs in one inning. That is the major league record. They've done that more often than any other franchise.
Batting fourth for the White Sox, number 30, the right fielder.
And there's Maglio Ordonez. Leading off for Chicago, hitting .335, 10th in the American League in batting average. He's 8th in runs batted in with 55. He bangs one down to third. Nice play by Merloni to his left, one out.
Well, certainly Maloney, the crowd pleaser here in the early going. He's already got a couple of hits in the game. Makes a fine defensive play here against Ordonez. Hit 3 hitters in this game today in the top 10. Garciaparra, Frank Thomas, and Maglio Ordonez.
Ordonez homered last night for the only Chicago run. Here's Carlos Lee, the left fielder. He takes a fastball for a strike. 308 for Lee, 3 homers, 26 runs batted in. Chopped up the middle. Garciaparra throws him out.
Well, Nomar showing a little range going to his left up the middle. Again, the leg doesn't appear to be a problem.
The center fielder.
That's what he was worried about, basically, is the lateral movement. And he quite a kind of quick move he had to make, but didn't seem to be any problem there at all.
So 2 quick outs for Pedro. And Chris Singleton takes a strike. He's hitting .303, 4 homers and 27 runs batted in for the rookie. And there's a deep drive to right. Nixon out of room, and that ball is gone over the White Sox bullpen. And Chicago's on the board. It's 11-1. Singleton's 5th of the year. That's just the 4th home run that Pedro Martinez has given up this season.
No matter what the score, Pedro does not like to give up runs.
Inning 7, number 31.
Might have been the changeup from Martinez that time away, and Singleton puts a pretty good charge in this. Looked like it was up over the bullpens. Just over the Chicago bullpen.
And now Greg Norton drives one high and deep to right. Nixon battling the sunshine has it. And that ends the inning. After an inning and a half, the Red Sox 11, the White Sox 1. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the JCS New England Television Network.
Barter dates back to the dawn of time. From stones to sticks, everyone had something to trade. You might think in today's fast-paced business market that there's no room for such ancient techniques. You couldn't be more wrong. An international company with over 1,000 businesses in New England alone, the ITEX Corporation has turned barter into a financial institution. Call and talk to an ITEX representative today and find out how your business can improve its bottom line through the ITEX Trade Network.
Nobody loves your pet like you do. That's why Green Acres Kennel Shop in Bangor is proud to offer Wysong brand quality pet foods. Wysong pet foods are designed with improving your pet's overall health, and the staff at Green Acres will provide you with the right food for your pet. Green Acres also offers boarding, grooming, training, and an extensive line of supplies for your pets. For the health of your pet, Wysong Pet Foods from Green Acres Kennel Shop, 1653 Union Street, Bangor.
One as we go to the bottom of the second. And Leo Rodriguez has come in to play second base. So apparently whatever that wrist injury that was bothering Ray Durham in the first inning was, it has caused him to leave the game. Mike Stanley, a swing and a miss for strike one against Scott Air. Stanley got shortchanged. He only got a chance to hit once in that first inning. The Red Sox sent 14 men to the plate. Scored 11 runs. Stanley doubled and scored one of the 11. Offerman, Merlone, and Daubach all scored twice in the first. Daubach knocked in 4 runs. Merlone 3. Garcia Parra and Varitek 2 each. Now the 0-2 to Stanley. Up and away. Stanley, Varitek, and Lewis due up. A little bit down and in. Scott Air relieved James Baldwin. Baldwin faced 9 batters. 7 of them scored. The first 4 men to face Air all reached base. Hoffman walked, Merlone doubled, Daubach singled, Garcia Parra homered before he got O'Leary on a line out to end the inning. Pop fly in right. Ordonez without the sunglasses out there. It's a tough sun field. No shades, but he made the catch. 1 out.
Yeah, some players just aren't comfortable wearing the sunglasses. I wonder if Ordonez may be one of those, because you're right, Sean, that is a very difficult part of the ballpark on these sunny days, especially late in the afternoon like this.
1 out. The batter, Jason Varitek. Ball 1 low. Varitek doubled to knock in 2 runs in the first, and scored later in the inning. Change up and away. 2-0. Another change up, and it had Varitek fooled. 2 balls and a strike. Mentioned Varitek's double. Here's a look at it. Backdoor breaking ball for a strike. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Now, Scott Ayers should be able to give Jerry Manuel some innings this afternoon. As I mentioned, at the minor league level, he was a starting pitcher, made 11 starts. Got the changeup to get Varitek
The center fielder
for his first strikeout since coming into the ball game.
So 2 down here in the second. 11-1 Boston. Ayer will try to have a 1-2-3 inning in sharp contrast to the first. Here's Darren Lewis, who was out on a check swing comebacker. He's trying to deposit that one in left, but it's Carlos Lee to make the running catch and end the inning. Red Sox go in order in the second after 2. 11-1 Boston.
Flying to Baltimore for business? If these 19 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Baltimore, maybe this will. Call 1-800-I-FLY-SWA.
You are now free to move about the country.
Need a battery? Now at Pep Boys, get a ProStart 75-month battery from $44.99. ProStart name brand quality batteries by Exide from $44.99.
Pep Boys. Cars like us. People love us.
At your New England Ford dealer, we're proud of our leadership claims, but the claims we value most come from our customers.
Safety, it's my job. I like seeing kids riding in a Ford Windstar. It's got the government's highest safety rating and a whole list of other features to help keep your kids safe.
Like available all-speed traction control, side airbags, and a reverse sensing system.
I do whatever I can to keep my kids safe. That's why I drive a Windstar.
1,000 cash back or less than 1% financing on Windstar at your New England Ford dealer.
Boston Red Sox baseball is being brought to you in part by your New England Ford dealer. Stop by your New England Ford dealer for savings on great new Ford cars and trucks.
For Chicago, number 14.
Red Sox tied their team record for first inning runs. They also had 11 first inning runs August 13th, 1933 against Philadelphia. The first inning of historic proportions today for the Red Sox. And Pedro Martinez has a 10-run lead with which to work as he faces Paul Konerko, the big DH. Ducks out of the way for the breaking ball. 261 for Konerko, 8 homers, 25 runs batted in. He came in as a pinch hitter last night for Jeff Leefer, who was the starting DH. Konerko wound up getting up twice. Went 1 for 2. Singled off the wall and left. Foul ball off to our right. Konerko to be followed by Brooke Fordyce. And then Leo Rodriguez will get his first at bat since coming in for Ray Durham. Chopper off his foot.
Change up by Martinez right on top of it and right down on that left foot or ankle of Konerko. He's in there today probably because he was 2 for 3 the last time he faced Pedro Martinez.
He owns him. Konerko was born in Providence, Rhode Island, but graduated from high school in Scottsdale, Arizona. Still lives in Scottsdale, just outside Phoenix. Pulled to short. Garciaparra to Stanley for the out.
Well, you can help the Greater Boston Food Bank fight hunger in eastern Massachusetts by participating in the 8th annual Red Sox Wives Food Drive. Please bring nutritious, non-perishable canned foods to Fenway Park on Saturday, July 17th and Sunday, July 18th. The Red Sox Wives will be outside Fenway accepting donations to benefit the food bank. For more information, call 617-427-5200.
Fordyce took ball 1. The catcher hitting .331, 4 homers and 21 runs batted in. 2-0 now as he faces Pedro Martinez. We mentioned Fordyce is a Connecticut native, born in New London. Went to high school in Uncasville, Connecticut, where he was a 2-sport athlete in baseball and football. Now lives in Stuart, Florida. Originally a 3rd-round draft choice of the New York Mets back in 1989. Been in the Cleveland organization, Cincinnati. Was traded by Cincinnati to the White Sox for pitcher Jake Meyer in spring training. Divided his time last year between Cincinnati, their AAA team, in Indianapolis. Spent most of the year as a backup catcher with the Reds. And he took ball 4, the first walk issued by Pedro. Let's pause for station identification. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the JCS New England Television Network.
Number 55, the second baseman, Leo Rodriguez.
Sean McDonough, Jerry Remy at Fenway Park. The Red Sox off to a 10-run lead over Chicago in the 3rd. Leo Rodriguez up for the first time. He's 0 for 6 this year. He came up from their AA club in Birmingham, Alabama on June 5th. Made his major league debut on June 9th against Houston. He's 22 years old. And looking for his first major league hit, he sends one to deep left, and O'Leary made the catch rather awkwardly in the corner for the second out. Back to first goes Fordyce.
Yeah, once O'Leary started to backpedal, almost looked like he was getting ready to trip out there as he went toward the warning track. Able to regain his balance and catch the fly ball for the out.
Caruso.
Can you read Leo's first name?
No, I was just going to ask you if you could pronounce that for me.
Leo obviously is his nickname as we take one more look at O'Leary back on the track.
His first name is spelled L-I-U-B-I-E-M-I-T-H-Z. Liubamitz.
Yeah, Liubamitz Rodriguez.
Now we know why they call him Liu. Mike Caruso struck out into a double play. Durham was trying to steal when Caruso whiffed. I mentioned he's the toughest man in the league to strike out, but he has struck out in each of the first 2 games of this series, including a strikeout in the first inning against Pedro, and he's in the hole here 0-2. He strikes out just once every 23.5 plate appearances. Far and away best in the league. Omar Vizquel's second one whiff every 18 plate appearances. In the dirt, another block by Veritek.
Well, with 7 walks and 13 strikeouts, I wouldn't imagine he sees too many 3-2 counts. He probably sees very few pitches.
One-two pitch, chopped to second. Offerman has to hurry, and he gets the hustling Caruso by a step to end the inning. We head to the home half of the third at Fenway. The Red Sox 11 and the White Sox 1.
Trouble doesn't wear a watch. That's why State Farm offers its 24-hour Good Neighbor service from participating agents.
Hello, State Farm's Good Neighbor Service. This is Gina. How may I help you? Sure, I can help you with that.
So you can call your agent's office at any time, day or night, to start a claim, ask a question, and get the help you need.
It's unique to have a woman in men's clothing, yet many men like a woman's input and assistance in the way they dress. Nobody does it better than Anna of Eastern Clothing. At Eastern Clothing of Watertown, Anna is a fashion expert. She does much of the buying and much of the selling. She's from Italy, has great taste, a flair for fashion, and over 20 years of experience dressing professional men. She coordinates outfits better than anyone in the business. If a woman's input is of value to you, see Anna at Eastern Clothing of Watertown.
When you buy a bargain basement PC, what you're really buying is a mystery box. Will there be a monitor? Probably not. Lots of software? Ha! A year on the internet, 24/7 tech support? Dream on. With a Gateway Essential PC, you know exactly what you're getting. Monitor, great software, award-winning tech support, and internet access for $28 a month, or less than $1 a day. No mystery there. Call 1-800-GATEWAY for a Gateway Essential PC with an Intel Celeron processor.
Back at Fenway, the bottom of the third inning. It's 11-1 Red Sox. Well, with summer officially here, and the Boston Red Sox fighting for tops in the division. Friendly Fenway Park, as you saw, it's the baseball excitement. Tickets can be purchased at the Red Sox ticket office by calling 617-482-4SOX for 24-hour touch-tone ticketing.
Number 7, the right fielder, Brock Nixon.
Here's Trot Nixon as the Red Sox come up in the third, trying to add to the slim 10-run lead. Nixon walked and scored one of the 11 runs in the first. Scott Ayers' first pitch, a ball. Last time the Red Sox scored 11 runs in one inning was last year, May 31st, against the New York Yankees in the third inning. If I remember, Jerry, wasn't that the game they almost blew the lead? I think Lou Merlone made a great diving catch to stop a Yankee rally.
That was in New York, right?
Yeah, in New York.
Yeah, they got a double play, I think. Yeah.
Looked like it was going to be a laugher, and it turned out to be a real seat squirmer. Now to play and left.
Also the day, I think, wasn't that the day they caught Vaughn in the dugout getting all over his teammates or something?
Yes.
Because they were letting him back in the game?
Yes. Swing and a miss at the sweeping breaking ball from Ayer. Two and two. Nixon, Offerman, Merlone coming up in the third. Ayer coming off a 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 4 in a row after the first 4 men he faced all reached base. Fastball just missed. Three-two pitch in on the hands. We have quite a bureaucracy now in our booth. Have you noticed? You know, we have our crack intern Troy Henderson from Virginia Tech University, and now he has an intern, Adam Kaufman from Sharon High School,
who wants to go to Syracuse.
Adam's going to show up next week. He's going to have somebody from junior high running to get him water. It's a never-ending cycle.
Well, you can get Adam into Syracuse, right? That's where he wants to go.
I think Adam's going to be able to get in on his own merits, although it is one of the most difficult schools in America to get into. Syracuse University.
Number 30.
Shall we call the dean today on the hotline, see what I can do to help Adam?
What's his? He's going to be a senior next year, right?
He's going to be a senior at Sharon High School.
Early acceptance? Did they start this early?
Well, he told me he was looking at the application, I think on the internet. Is that right, Adam? Nixon at first. Jose off him in the battery. He was up twice in the first inning, reached both times, doubled to start the inning, and scored the first 11 runs. Walked later in the inning. Scored the 8th run. Maybe we can do that today. I know the dean of the Newhouse School Communications, David Rubin. I have his home phone number with me. Maybe we'll give him a call today.
Give him a call, see what you can do for him.
Get him on the hotline. Adam's going to have to study really hard, though, as a senior. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2. Of course, once he gets to Syracuse, he won't have to study at all. No, that's not true. 11 runs, 9 hits for Boston. 1 run, 2 hits for Chicago. Change up. Outside corner, strike 3. Second strikeout for Air. 1 out here in the Boston third.
Once again, that very slow call by Tim McCullen, the home plate umpire. Change up outside corner, and then once he gets out of the crouch, he makes the out call.
Yeah, you have to style. That's a big part of calling balls and strikes.
Offerman not agreeing with the call. Actually, McCullen, one of the better umpires.
Yes. Very well thought of by the players in that rating system. I believe he was number 1. That was released in spring training. The players' rankings of the umpires. Lou Merlone had quite a first inning. He singled and scored, then doubled with the bases loaded to drive in 3 and scored again. He pulls one down the left field line, foul. No sooner can we mention it than our crack crew has the Merlone hits ready to go. There was his single, and then he just missed his first career grand slam, and the ball off the very top of the wall, a couple of feet from a home run. 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, 3 runs batted in. That sounded like it hit him on the foot, and it did. He bounces right up and takes the base. So Merlone's at first. Nixon now at second.
Looked like a breaking ball that just kept chasing Maloney, and there's no way he'd get out of the way.
Number 23.
Not much of a vertical leap there by Lou.
No.
Brian Daubach.
Going to get him in the back toe, the right toe. Well, this is certainly a hitter's day at Fenway. The wind blowing out, warm, a little bit humid.
And Brian Daubach has already had a big day. He hit the 3-run homer for the first 3 Red Sox runs in the 11-run first. Then he singled to knock in another and scored later in the inning. Singled to knock in the 9th run. Then he scored on the Garcia Parra 2-run homer that capped the inning. Red Sox scored 11 runs on 9 hits in the first. 9 hits and 2 walks. Daubach already with 4 runs batted in, up there with 2 men on. That's outside. The home run came against the starter Baldwin, the single against the pitcher Air. Air in the shadows now on the mound. The shadows created by one of the light towers. Daubach in the sunshine at home plate. Chopped slowly on the right side to Rodriguez. 2 outs. The runners move up.
Number 5.
And here's Nomar, who had a mammoth home run his last time up, to straightaway center field to put the finishing touches on that 11-run inning. Nomar's hit in 12 straight games. He has 13 homers, 49 runs batted in. He struck out to make the first out of the first, then homered after falling behind in the count to finish the scoring in that 11-run inning.
I hear somebody say that Jeter left the Yankee game today with a hamstring.
He left, pulled up, it seemed, after running down the line and left for a pinch runner. Of course, this is the last weekend of All-Star balloting. Jeter and Garciaparra neck and neck. There's a strike, 1-1. A lot of extra base hits during this incredible hot streak for Garciaparra. Well, they're both going to be in the All-Star game. There's no question about that. It's just a matter of who the starter will be. Jeter had a slim lead the last time the vote totals were given out publicly.
Another shortstop, Omar Vizquel. There's so much controversy over a year ago. He's hitting .343.
The 2-1 to Nomar, swing and a miss. A lot of conversation lately too about teams encouraging their own fans to vote for their players. Some people have a problem with that. It happens just about all over baseball. It'd be nice if every team just encouraged fans to vote for the most deserving player. That's what it's supposed to be about. As great a year as Nomar is having, Jerry, if Jeter's the all-star starting shortstop, I don't think you'd have a problem with that with the season that he's had.
Either one.
Yeah.
As long as they both play.
And 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2.
The other thing, and if it was Derek Jeter that got the most votes and ended up starting, you can bet that Joe Torre will have Nomar in there for the bulk of the game, knowing that he's playing here in front of his home crowd at Fenway. It wouldn't be surprised to see Jeter maybe get 1 or 2 at bats, and then Garciaparra finish the ball game up, if that's the way the voting goes.
Three-two pitch, high in the air, deep in left, another home run for Garciaparra. This one a 3-run blast. 2 homers, 5 runs batted in for Nomar, and the Red Sox lead 14-1. Might have picked up a couple of votes.
Well, he's not going to let Daubach steal this show. Daubach had a quick jump on the RBI lead for the day, but Nomar will now go ahead of him with 5. Second home run, 14 on the season.
Ayers now giving up 7 runs.
He's going to have to take one for the team, it looks like, because there is nobody loosening up in the bullpen, and he's going to have to pitch some innings.
He's pitched 2 innings of relief right now and has given up 7 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter. Nomar continues on an incredible tear. He was hitting .553 for the 11 games of the hitting streak entering today, and he's 2 for 3 today. The graphic showed you a moment ago, piling up the extra base hits. He now has 14 homers for the year and 52 runs batted in. He's threatening to move into the top 10 now in runs batted in the American League, creeping up on the top 10 in homers as well. He's already comfortably in the top 5 in batting average. 14-1, the Red Sox with 10 hits already with 2 outs in the 3rd. And O'Leary up there with a count of 3-2. Troy has singled to center. He lined to center to make the last out of the 1st inning. 3rd multiple homer game of this season for Garciaparra, the 10th of his career. O'Leary to center, Singleton to catch. That's the inning. The Red Sox get 3 more on the Garciaparra home run. After 3, Boston 14 and Chicago 1.
Pep Boys knows how to give you a great deal on tires. They don't run specials on just one size. Pep Boys discounts every size in stock. That means all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for $99. And all 70,000-mile tires are 4 for only $169. Even top-of-the-line 80,000-mile touring tires, all sizes 4 for $199. Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires.
Pep Boys. Cars like us. People love us.
Hi, come on in. Hey, it's good to see you.
How are you?
These are the days.
Something smells great.
Fetzer days. Enjoy the wine.
Chevrolet cars are trusted by more Americans than any other. Chevy trucks are the most dependable, longest lasting on the road. If that's not enough reason to own a Chevrolet car or truck, then this definitely is. The great summer drive-in from Chevrolet. You can get behind the wheel of a 99 Chevy Venture or Malibu and get $1,500 cash back or low APR financing. Or check out other offers on 99 Cavaliers, Blazers, S10 pickups, and more. It's Chevrolet's great summer drive-in. See your local Chevrolet dealer today.
Boston Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust.
The first baseman, Frank Thomas.
On this scorcher in America's greatest city, a huge outburst by the Red Sox offense. 14-1. The Red Sox lead after 3 innings. Frank Thomas takes a breaking ball for a strike, the first pitch of the 4th. The big Frank, who was called out on strikes in the first. Fastball for strike 2. Thomas, Ordonez, Lee coming up against Pedro, who's allowed just 1 run on a home run by Chris Singleton in the second. He's given up 2 hits, he's walked 1, has struck out 2. Thomas wouldn't chase it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He struck him out to a fastball by him again. So Martinez has fanned 3 twice. Frank Thomas has been a victim. Here's the game summary entering the inning. You can make it 3 strikeouts now for Pedro. Nomar 2 homers and 5 runs batted in. Brian Daubach 2 hits, a 3-run homer and an RBI single. Lou Merlone, a bases loaded, bases clearing double. Just some of the big hits. There's a bullet up the middle past Martinez and Offerman. And Ordonez has a hit. He's hit the ball sharply twice. The first time up, he had a smash down to third, and Merlone made a nice play to throw him out.
Good player. The White Sox people say he's been the best all-around player for the White Sox this season. 5 straight game hitting streak now. You see the hit leaders in the league. Jeter leading. Ordonez on that list.
The left fielder.
Back up the middle, just past the glove of both Pedro Martinez and Jose Offerman for the base hit.
Carlos Lee, the batter. Strike 1 the count. Lee grounded to short his first time up. Boston leads 14-1 in the top of the 4th. 11 runs in the first inning if you're just tuning in. Lee's another rookie on this Chicago team, just turned 23 years old earlier this week. He's from Panama. Baseball America named him the White Sox best prospect in the minors last year. Only at 302 at AA Birmingham with 21 homers and 106 runs batted in. He's 3rd in the Southern League in runs batted in. Led the entire White Sox organization with 106. The 1-2 to him. Popped up. Very high and shallow right. It's Offerman for the second out of the 4th inning.
Well, Carlson was telling me about Lee, and back in spring training, he really had difficulty with pitches inside. Got tied up a lot, but now during the season, he's made the adjustment. He's become a pretty good hitter.
Number 12, The center
Here's
fielder,
Chris Singleton.
Chris Singleton.
He has provided the White Sox with their only run with a long homer just over the Chicago bullpen in the second. His 5th home run of the year. Just 1 run last night for Chicago on a home run by Ordonez. This is another pop-up in the middle of the diamond. And it'll be Garcia Parra to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Red Sox 14 and Chicago 1. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the JCS New England Television Network.
Do you know the name of the best built hot tubs in the world? It's Sundance Spas. Your local Sundance dealer is Atlantic Mermaid's Family Spa Center. Now you know. Sundance Spas. Call us at 990-3434.
Nobody loves your pet like you do. That's why Green Acres Kennel Shop in Bangor is proud to offer Wysong brand quality pet foods. Wysong pet foods are designed with improving your pet's overall health, and the staff at Green Acres will provide you with the right food for your pet. Green Acres also offers boarding, grooming, training, and an extensive line of supplies for your pets. For the health of your pet, Wysong Pet Foods from Green Acres Kennel Shop, 1653 Union Street, Bangor.
14-1. They need to win to keep pace with the Yankees. The Yankees defeated Baltimore today 7-4. Tino Martinez and Shane Spencer homered for the Yankees. Seattle leads Texas 2-1. That's Jamie Moyer and Rick Helling. Minnesota and Detroit scoreless. Mays against Malicki. Toronto and Tampa Bay later on. Same for Cleveland at Kansas City and Oakland at Anaheim. Scott Air to Mike Stanley. We go to the home half of the 4th. Change for the White Sox. Getting loose in right field, Jeff Leefer. He'll get some playing time, and Ordonez will get the rest of the afternoon off. Jeff Leefer now in right. And he'll be tested early, or perhaps he won't. Might not have a chance. He does a home run. Mike Stanley into the Red Sox bullpen. It's 15-1. The Red Sox 4th home run of the game. Stanley's 2nd hit. He's 2 for 3. The home run is the 8th of the year for Mike. And the Red Sox have 15 on the board.
And Stanley here showing his opposite field power up into the Red Sox bullpen for the home run. You remember an explosion like this for quite some time here at Fenway. 15 runs already in the 4th inning.
Red Sox previous season high in runs this year was 12. They had done it twice. Last time May 28th in Cleveland. Jason Varitek doubled to knock in 2, and he scored in the 1st. He struck out swinging in the 2nd. Foul ball back in our direction. 0-2 on Varitek. Then Darren Lewis and Trot Nixon. 15 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Boston. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for Chicago. Air missed up and in.
May have seen more of those kind of pitches in a game like this had it not been for what happened last night.
Yes. And both sides were warned. Varitek pulls one foul. Well, apparently the big lead, Anthony's getting a day off too. We have a replacement down the left field line.
Well, it's a tough time to take off when you have a full house and you're only a week away from the All-Star game.
Yes.
Voting ends this weekend. I'm surprised Anthony took this one off.
Me too. Could be costly when it comes to the votes, the All-Star game. Ball down and in. That's high in the air and deep in left center. And that one's gone. The home run for Jason Varitek. And the barrage continues. You have to kind of feel sorry now for Scott Air. It's 16-1. And that will get the bullpen going. I think Jerry Manuel realizes perhaps Air's taken enough of a beating.
Varitek picks up his third RBI of the afternoon. The double in the first, now the home run. That is the second home run that Varitek has hit from the right side of the plate this season.
So Air's given up 6 hits, 4 of them home runs. The last 3 hits he has given up have all been homers. And he's even in the count now with Darren Lewis. 1 ball and 1 strike. Darren has to be a little bit lonely. He's the only Red Sox hitter in the lineup today who has not reached base. Thomas makes the play unassisted, 1 out. And he's also the only player in the lineup who has not scored at least 1 run.
Well, it seems like there's always one in a game like this that has a problem. Let's hope it's not Darren Lewis this afternoon. John Lowe, who pitched in the ballgame last night, starting to loosen up for the White Sox.
Now Trot Nixon, he and Lewis are the only 2 without a hit, but Nixon's been on base twice with 2 walks and has scored both times. Walked against the starter Baldwin in the first and against Air last inning, and scored on the Garcia Parra 3-run homer. Big swing, but he didn't catch all of that. Leaper started back, and he's not going to be able to catch it. He was fooled by that big swing. So Nixon catches a break. Red Sox might like to save some of these. Can you have carryovers?
No, it doesn't seem to work that way. A very late break by Leaper. I don't think he picked the ball up off the bat right away, and by the time he got rolling, I think Nixon thought he was going to be out, but you see he took almost a step backwards before coming in, and ball's going to drop in. Everything falling in for the Red Sox or going over the fence. This may be one of those days where you may see a position player pitch for the White Sox, depending on how the kind of shape their bullpen is in.
Now Offerman, first ball swinging, sends that to deep third, a fair ball. Norton, a low throw, it gets by Thomas, goes into the photographer's pit. Well, Air has to be wondering why me. Gets a routine fly ball that drops in for a hit when it's misplayed in the outfield. Gets a bouncer to third. That results in an error. Now there are 2 more men in scoring position with 1 out.
All Jerry Manuel can hope for now in this ball game is that nobody gets hurt. Norton will bounce this to first base, pick up his 14th error of the season as the ball bounces by Frank Thomas. Offerman moves up to second.
Well, what should we do now, Nardi? There's Lou Merlone down the first base line, just foul. Lou didn't reach base for the 4th time. He's 2 for 2 with a single, a 3-run double, and he was hit by a pitch off the foot with a breaking ball, and he scored 3 times. Foul ball, out of play to the right. 16-1 Red Sox. 2 men in scoring position with 1 out. Reggie Jefferson has come out in the on-deck circle to bat for Brian Daubach. And we'll let Reggie get some swings, give Daubach the rest of the day off. I imagine none of these guys want to come out of there the way they're piling up the stats.
Well, if you already got a couple of knocks in the game and you got a few RBIs, maybe take a little time off, rest for a few innings.
Maybe Little, as usual, keeping it light. one of the nice facets of this series, Grady Little's brother Brian is a coach for the White Sox. And last night they brought the lineup cards out to home plate for the respective teams. Now the 2-2 to Maloney. Down and in again. The full count. Air is rapidly approaching 100 pitches. There's Grady's younger brother, Brian Little, the bench coach for Jerry Manuel. Check swing. Strike 3, says Tim McClellan. Maloney knew it. He tried to steal his way onto first base, but McClellan got out the cash register, and Air has his 3rd strikeout.
You can't hold off the high fastball that time.
Number 18, Ricky Jefferson. Jefferson now batting for Daubach.
Here's Reggie Jefferson batting for Brian Daubach. Brian was 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer and an RBI single. He knocked in 4 runs and scored twice. Jefferson's hitting .272 with 4 homers and 12 runs batted in. Been an excellent pinch hitter, 3 for 6 as a pinch hitter, including a pinch hit home run. Red Sox lead 16-1, a chance to do more damage with 2 men in scoring position and 2 outs. 4th inning. Fastball might have slipped out of his hand. Two now. There's Lowe. He's ready if needed. Fans doing the wave with great gusto. 1-2 pitch down and in. Now the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Air gets back-to-back strikeouts to avoid more damage, but the Red Sox do get 2 runs in the 4th on the back-to-back homers to start the inning by Mike Stanley and Jason Varitek. After 4, 16-1 Boston.
Chevrolet cars are trusted by more Americans than any other. Chevy trucks are the most dependable, longest lasting on the road. If that's not enough reason to own a Chevrolet car or truck, then this definitely is. The great summer drive-in from Chevrolet. You can get behind the wheel of a 99 Chevy Venture or Malibu and get $1,500 cash back or low APR financing. Or check out other offers on 99 Cavaliers, Blazers, S10 pickups, and more. It's Chevrolet's great summer drive-in. See your local Chevrolet dealer today.
Do you need fast allergy relief? Then you need the power of Zyrtec. Prescription Zyrtec starts working fast and lasts 24 hours. In studies, drowsiness was the most common side effect. Others included fatigue and dry mouth. Most were mild or moderate. To learn more about Zyrtec, ask your doctor or pharmacist. So when you need fast allergy relief, remember the power of Zyrtec.
Major League Baseball introduces the Sports Specialties All-Star Sunday, an exciting doubleheader coming to Fenway Park. George Brett, Kevin Costner, Matt Damon, Jim Rice, and many more compete in the All-Star Celebrity Hitting Challenge. Can a team of baseball legends and Hollywood sluggers conquer the Green Monster? Then it's USA versus the world as the top 50 minor league players showcase their skills in the All-Star Futures Game. July 11th is Sports Specialties All-Star Sunday. Gates open at 10 a.m. With Jerry Remy, Sean McDonough at Fenway Park, Game 2 of a 4-game series. We're back with you tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock for Game 3. And then Nesson has the action as the series concludes Monday night at 7. The Red Sox have an off day Tuesday.
The Tampa Bay Devil Rays are here for the final home series before the All-Star game. Wednesday night at 7 on Nesson, and we are with you Thursday night at 7 o'clock over most of these stations. First pitch of the fifth from Pedro, a strike to Greg Norton. Norton out on a fly ball his first time up, caught by the right fielder Nixon. Bottom third of the order, Norton, Konerko, and Fordyce. Against Pedro, who's allowed just 3 hits and 1 walk. He has struck out 3. He's working quickly and throwing strikes with his big lead. Ball up and away. Report from the Chicago clubhouse is that Ray Durham left the game with a mild strain of his left wrist. One and two now. There's still action in the Chicago bullpen, which would lead one to believe that mercifully the outing is going to end for Scott Air. A little chin music. 2 and 2. And a fastball just inside. Back-to-back home runs by Stanley and Varitek in the bottom of the fourth. The 5th time this year the Red Sox have done that. Last one was memorable. Those back-to-back 9th inning homers by Fry and Lewis against Minnesota here on June 15th to win that ball game. 3 and 2 now. On Norton, payoff pitch. He struck him out. 4 Ks to Martinez.
We'll have to see how long Jimmy Williams will go with Pedro in this game today. Obviously, any chance you get to maybe give him a little time off, keep pitch count a little bit low, you might want to do that. Pedro picking up the strikeout there with the fastball. He's got such a good thing going with leading the league in ERA and the strikeouts. I don't think he's too concerned about this big lead. Still continues to go right after these White Sox hitters. And probably in the back of your mind, you pitch it like it's a 1-0 game. You have a 1-0 lead.
He threw a breaking ball for ball 1 to Paul Konerko. Pedro with a big lead in the race for the ERA title. Fastball just missed. Konerko grounded to short his first time up. 16-1 Red Sox in the 5th inning. Pedro on his way to his major league leading 14th win. There's a strike. 2-1 on Konerko. Well, he was in the minors in recent years considered a top prospect. He was a first-round pick by the Dodgers in June '94. Hit 37 home runs for AAA Albuquerque in 1997. Drove in 127. Hit .323 that year. Got into 6 games late in that season with Los Angeles, but struggled in 49 games last year with the Dodgers and was traded to Cincinnati. And then traded over to the White Sox in the offseason in a deal for outfielder Mike Cameron. Broken bat roller down to third. Merloni to Stanley. 2 down here in the 5th.
You know, Pedro's still using all his pitches. Fastball, curveball, and the changeup. That was a changeup for the ground ball at third base. So it's not like he's just standing out there firing fastballs at these guys. He's mixing his pitches up just like he would in a close ball game. You mentioned those numbers for Konerko in the Pacific Coast League. It's hard to judge numbers in that league because ball travels very well in a number of those parks. Light air.
You hit 50 one year in that league.
Yeah.
I recall.
I think it was 50 bunt singles.
But they all traveled very well. Brooke Fordyce walked in the 3rd. The only walk surrendered by Martinez. 2 outs, bases empty, 5th inning, 16-1 Red Sox. The Red Sox have matched their season high with 5 home runs today.
There's something going on as both Stanley and Varitek coming in to check on Martinez. It's the landing area that he landed on. I don't know if he twisted an ankle or whatever.
Well, now Jimmy Williams wants to know what this is all about. There's a problem with the landing area. They should have the ground crew fix it.
First time I think you don't see much of that on the mound with Pedro smiling. Jimmy must have said something that made him laugh.
I don't think Jimmy was laughing on his way out there. It's a little frightening to think of something bad happening to Pedro. Swing and a miss. A ball and a strike on Fordyce. Pedro still needs one more out to qualify for the win. Has to go 5 innings as the starter. Fouled off the screen. 1-2. Chopped down to third. Merlone charges, throws on the run, got him. A 1-2-3 inning, halfway through the ball game. 16-1 Red Sox.
Bonsoir. Dis-moi, j'ai besoin de savoir ce que tu ressens. Je vais aujourd'hui, pour je ne pourrai jamais plus.
Want to get away? Southwest has your ticket to freedom with Southwest Airlines fun fares that begin at $39.
You are now free to move about the country.
Chevrolet cars are trusted by more Americans than any other. Chevy trucks are the most dependable, longest lasting on the road. If that's not enough reason to own a Chevrolet car or truck, then this definitely is. The great summer drive-in from Chevrolet. You can get behind the wheel of a 99 Chevy Venture or Malibu and get $1,500 cash back or low APR financing. Or check out other offers on 99 Cavaliers, Blazers, S10 pickups, and more. It's Chevrolet's great summer drive-in. See your local Chevrolet dealer today.
Boston Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible. Fly Southwest Airlines.
Back at Fenway, a 16-1 Red Sox lead. The John Hancock All-Star Fan Fest is coming to Boston in less than a month, and tickets are going fast. All-Star Fan Fest held July 9th through the 13th as interactive exhibit, sure to please baseball fans of all ages. Get your passes to the ultimate baseball experience now by calling 617-482-4SOX.
Looks like Pedro's afternoon is finished. He was accepting congratulations in the dugout. And there is action in the Boston bullpen now. So 5 innings, enough to get a win. Relatively easy day at the office for Martinez with the 11 runs his mate scored for him in the first. Changes for the White Sox. Craig Wilson getting acclimated to conditions at first base as he takes over for Frank Thomas, and the third pitcher of the game, making his second appearance in as many days, Sean Lowe.
Yeah, pitched an inning in the ballgame last night against the Red Sox. Overall, his 27th appearance, 3-0 out of the bullpen, 2.95 ERA.
Nomar Garcia-Parra greets Lowe. Nomar working on another huge day. He struck out in the first, but then hit a 2-run homer later in the first to put the finishing touches on the 11-run inning, and hit a 3-run homer in the third against Scott Air. Both of his home runs were against Air. A strikeout against the starter James Baldwin. Garcia-Parra, O'Leary, Stanley due up. Chopped on the left side. Caruso on the run, threw him out.
See Nomar just cruising down that first base line. Not a bad idea. You don't want to take any chances of re-injuring the injury that he's been dealing with for the past couple of days. It's hard for a guy to do like Nomar, too, because usually it's just automatic. You bust out of the box, you run hard down the line. But that's pretty smart there. I'm sure he got instructions from the manager to do that.
Troy O'Leary. A swing and a miss. Nomar managing a smile even after the ground out. Lots of smiles in that Red Sox dugout these days. Grass cutter down to first. Wilson makes the play unassisted. A lot of smiles in the Remy household, too. Our man Jordan Remy last night in the Shriners football game scored a touchdown.
Yeah, the North was a little overmatched in that game. Very tough South team. Some great players down there. But fortunately, they got on the board late in the game. And a nice little catch on a 10-yard pass and ran it in about 50. So he felt pretty good about that.
Good for him. They lost, what, 35-7?
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood.
He provided the only highlight. Well, one of the few, anyway.
That South team have a lot of guys going to BC. They got a nice crop of high school players going to BC next year.
Well, they've done a nice job recruiting over there under Tom O'Brien. Al Golden, their ace recruiter, considered one of the best young recruiters in the country in college football, and BC's trying to reap the rewards of his work and that of the other assistant coaches and Tom O'Brien. Stanley pops one up. Wilson in foul ground has it. And Lowe has an easy 1-2-3 inning. About the only thing that's been easy for a Chicago hurler today. Stanley now 2 for 4. 16-1 Boston after 5. And John Wasden will be the new pitcher after this.
Now where did that come from? Whoa! Hey, I've got bugs everywhere.
Boy, you need Ortho Bug Be Gone.
You said it.
It kills virtually all types of harmful outdoor bugs. Guaranteed.
Works on my lawn.
Uh-huh.
On vegetables, too?
Yep. Bug Be Gone does it all. So it's all you need.
Beautiful. That Bug Be Gone really works.
Got bugs? Leave it to Ortho.
Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires. Now at Pep Boys, all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for only $99, and all 70,000-mile tires 4 for $169.
Pep Boys. Cars like us. People love us.
Chevrolet cars are trusted by more Americans than any other. Chevy trucks are the most dependable, longest lasting on the road. If that's not enough reason to own a Chevrolet car or truck, then this definitely is. The great summer drive-in from Chevrolet. You can get behind the wheel of a 99 Chevy Venture or Malibu and get $1,500 cash back or low APR financing. Or check out other offers on 99 Cavaliers, Blazers, S10 pickups, and more. It's Chevrolet's great summer drive-in. See your local Chevrolet dealer today.
5 complete from Fenway. A Red Sox 16-1 lead over the White Sox. The Red Sox fans, bring your company, school, or other group to friendly Fenway by using the group sales ticketing line at 617-262-1915. It's the best way to purchase tickets for your group of 40 people or more. Make sure to take advantage of this line and bring them out to cheer on the Red Sox here at Fenway. Call Red Sox group sales at 617-262-1915. And the new pitcher will be John Wasden, making his 17th appearance, 7-0 on the season. All of those victories coming out of the bullpen. Wasden's last outing was against the Orioles, 2/3 of an inning in that game, a hit, an earned run. I believe that's the game that Albert Bell hit the home run.
You are correct. He came in and gave up the home run to Bell that decided the game. That was the last loss for the Red Sox. They won the last 2 games of that Baltimore series. Won last night, and they're in cruise control in this one. Leo Rodriguez greets Wasden. And with a chopper to second, Offerman to Stanley. 1 out on 1 pitch. Pedro pitched 5 innings. Allowed 1 run on the Singleton homer. One of the 3 hits that he gave up. Martinez walked 1, struck out 4. He threw 59 pitches. 40 of them strikes.
Mike Caruso.
Here's Mike Caruso, who struck out in the first and grounded out in the third. And Pedro Martinez, barring an absolute miracle, is going to have his 14th win. In the last 25 years, there have been only 2 American League pitchers who entered the All-Star break with 15 wins. Pedro will have a chance for that. Roger Clemens in 1986. Brett Saberhagen in 1987. Pedro will probably have 2 more starts before the All-Star break. Pop-up handled by Garcia Parra. 2 outs. The last pitcher in either league to have 15 wins at the All-Star break was Greg Maddux, then with the Cubs in 1988 when he was 15-3. Craig Wilson up for the first time in the ball game. Now, Jerry, there's talk about can he win 30. It doesn't seem all that unrealistic the way it's going.
The incredible thing about Pedro is had a decision in all of his performances.
Is that a fair ball? No. Tim McClellan called it a foul ball. The home plate umpire. Red Sox started to leave the field, not realizing it was a foul ball. Lou Merlone says, man, you deprived me of all that adulation on a terrific play.
Yeah, they were ready to start Lou. But it's the home plate umpire's call till it gets past third base. And you'll see clearly there that McClellan will make the call, the foul call.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball missed. Or actually, it's a strike. 1-2, 2 outs, bases empty, 6th inning. The Red Sox lead 16-1. Chopped over the mound, fielded by Offerman. Wasden has an easy 1-2-3 inning. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the JCS New England Television Network.
Eagle Pack Pet Foods for pets with discriminating tastes. Available from Green Acres Kennel in Bangor. Eagle Pack brand pet foods custom supplements are specially formulated for the wellness and health of your pet. Green Acres also offers boarding, grooming, training, and an extensive line of supplies for your pets. For pets with discriminating tastes, it's Eagle Pack Pet Foods and Green Acres Kennel Shop, 1653 Union Street, Bangor.
Are you looking for work? Call Kelly Services. We'll put you where you want to be in today's workforce. Full-time positions or temporary assignments with leading companies can give you the career you want. Word processors, secretaries, data entry operators, and receptionists work for Kelly every day, and so can you. Our light industrial workers are always in demand. Work as assemblers, packagers, and warehouse workers. Enjoy Kelly's benefits, including holiday, vacation pay, and bonuses. Call Kelly Services today.
Remember going to the lumberyard with Granddad? That wonderful aroma of wood filled the air. Racks of quality lumber and folks that knew what they were talking about. At Crescent Lumber and Stillwater Lumber, those values haven't changed. Sure, we've kept up with the times with computer-assisted design services, the latest in building products, and engineered trusses direct from our own shop. But we haven't forgotten what you came here for either.
quality products, expert advice, and the best prices around. That's Crescent Lumber, Fowler Road, Orrington, and Stillwater Lumber, Bennick Road, Stillwater.
Sean McDonough, Jerry Remy. Back here at Fenway Park, the White Sox in need of a miracle. Maybe they can send Gerard Phelan down on the field here to play for them. He has stopped by the booth. The man who made the most famous catch in college football history from Doug Flutie, here with his son Alex and their friends. Alex is ready to catch a foul ball for us, too.
Yes.
Left-handed shortstop. Don't see many of those these days.
At least we have somebody up here with good hands that can protect us.
Alex is ready. He's ready to go. Got the glove, the hat.
And the back looks a little embarrassed.
He's got backups, too. We were all set. Alex is a good hockey player and a good football player, too. He's a fine athlete. And I like him because he cheers for Syracuse, even though his dad went to Boston College. Although he told me now he cheers for Syracuse when they're not playing Boston College. So he's gone a little older. He's modified his position. Bounce down to first, off the glove of Wilson in a shallow right. Veritek will try for two, and he's going to make it. Leifer flips the ball back into Wilson. And when things are going your way, they really go your way. Veritek has what will likely be scored a double, his third extra base hit of the ball game.
Big high bounce right off the top of the glove of Wilson at first base. And you're right, Sean, everything going the Red Sox way this afternoon. This turns into a double. Slowed it up enough where he has to try to chase it down. I think it was Leifer that finally came in to get it back in, but Veritek picks up his second double to go along with the home run. What position do you play in football?
He wants to play quarterback. He's smart.
You don't get hit in practice.
Darren Lewis still without a hit today, and he's not going to get one here. Leifer the catch. Veritek tags and heads for third, and the throw was cut off. It looked like it was going to be a close play if they had let that go. Now Jason's at third with one out. Let's pause for station identification. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the JCS New England Television Network.
Numbers.
Sean McDonough with Jerry Remy, along with our designated foul ball catcher Alex Phelan. At Fenway Park, where the Red Sox lead 16-1. Trot Nixon's been on base 3 times today. 2 walks and a single. He has scored twice. Takes a breaking ball inside from Sean Lowe. Just joining us, the Red Sox scored 11 runs in the first inning, tying the franchise record for most runs in the first inning. Nixon slashes one foul. James Baldwin, the starter, faced 9 men with 2/3 of an inning, gave up 7 earned runs on 6 hits and a walk. He gave up a 3-run homer to Brian Daubach. He threw 32 pitches. Then Scott Air came in, threw 3 1/3 innings, gave up 9 runs, all earned on 7 hits, including 4 home runs. He walked 2, hit a batter, struck out 4, threw 91 pitches. And now Lowe came in last inning at a 1-2-3 inning, gave up a leadoff double in this inning, then got Lewis on an out, and now he's with Nixon at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Do you have a favorite Red Sox player?
Who? Nomar Garcia-Parra.
Big surprise there.
Yes. Nixon lifts that to center, deep enough to score the run. Singleton the catch. Veritek down the line. And it's 17-1. And Nixon earns a run batted in. Trot's 17th of the year.
Fastball up in the zone. A good pitch for Nixon to lift. Nixon wanted the base hit, but they'll end up with a sacrifice fly. 17 runs, 14 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox.
And Jose Hoffman up for the 5th time in 6 innings. He batted twice in the first. He doubled and walked and scored twice in the first. Since then he has struck out, reached on a throwing error by the 3rd baseman Norton. Ball and a strike on Jose. And a ball low from Sean Lowe. 3. The Yankees won earlier today 7-4 over Baltimore, so the Red Sox need to win this one and remain a game out. And that's ball 4, close but a ball. The first walk given up by Lowe, the fourth issued by Chicago pitching. The rest of the scores in the American League: Seattle now leads Texas 2-1. They're in the bottom of the 5th. At the Kingdome, Minnesota and Detroit scoreless in the 4th. Mays and Malicki in a pitcher's duel there. Toronto and Tampa Bay get started in about a half an hour. Cleveland and Kansas City, Oakland and Anaheim later. Lou Merlone fouls one away. We're coming toward the end of the Kingdome. Isn't it right after the All-Star break that the new ballpark in Seattle is supposed to be ready to go?
Yeah, it's supposed to be ready right after the break if everything's still on target. And, of course, for the Red Sox, didn't get out there till September, so we will definitely play in the new ballpark. Only one trip out to Seattle this year.
Not until September, early September, I believe.
Yep, one trip to Anaheim and one trip to Seattle.
I'm going to miss the Kingdome. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but it was a very nice place to broadcast the game from.
The only thing that was pretty tough about that was that elevator. It was the slowest elevator in the world.
Very slow, always crowded.
And maybe they'll bring that to the new ballpark just to aggravate people.
It was a very big elevator, but most of the time we opted for the stairs.
Didn't mind coming down the stairs, but I didn't like going up.
Lowe thought he had strike 3. You're never quite sure with Tim McClellan. You need to give him time to get up out of that crouch. Now the 2-2. Line to center. Singleton is there. And that ends the inning. The Red Sox get 1 in the 6th. And after 6, they lead 17-1.
Eyes of a puppy dog, lips made for sin. You're not dreaming. I'm for real. We got a call.
Hello.
Louis?
Yeah?
Hi, Louis.
Want to get away? Southwest has your ticket to freedom with Southwest Airlines fun fares that begin at $39.
You are now free to move about the country.
Chevrolet cars are trusted by more Americans than any other. Chevy trucks are the most dependable, longest lasting on the road. If that's not enough reason to own a Chevrolet car or truck, then this definitely is. The great summer drive-in from Chevrolet. You can get behind the wheel of a 99 Chevy Venture or Malibu and get $1,500 cash back or low APR financing. Or check out other offers on 99 Cavaliers, Blazers, S10 pickups, and more. It's Chevrolet's great summer drive-in. See your local Chevrolet dealer today.
Trouble doesn't wear a watch. That's why State Farm offers its 24-hour Good Neighbor service from participating agents.
Hello, State Farm's Good Neighbor Service. This is Gina. How may I help you? Sure, I can help you with that.
So you can call your agent's office at any time, day or night, to start a claim, ask a question, and get the help you need.
Boston Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. Well, Alex Phelan with his dad Gerard left just in the nick of time because Alex was telling us that he also knows karate and he was starting to rough us up a little bit.
Looks like his dad.
Yes, his dad Gerard Phelan, BC football hero and one of the really nice people in our area. He and his wife Lisa live out in the suburbs with a wonderful young family. But Gerard is one of the biggest sandbaggers of all time in golf. I mean, of all time.
See, he's cleared the booth.
Hall of Fame sandbagger. Jeff Leeper up for the first time since coming in for Ordonez. He hits a grass cutter foul off first. That attendant down there in right field starting to make a little name for himself too. You know, if he keeps going, we're actually going to get him a good-looking outfit.
Yeah, and he didn't take a day off. Anthony Maybe that's part of his contract. I don't know. He gets a certain amount of hours.
Clothing deal. Anthony. Swing and a miss. Leifer goes down swinging. Wasden's retired all 4 men he has faced. That is his first strikeout. Game summary. Where do we begin? Well, they got 11 in the first. And that's about all you need to know. Just about everybody in the lineup having a big day. Led by Nomar's 2 homers and 5 runs batted in. Daubach got them started with a 3-run homer in the first. The first run scoring of the day. Certainly not the last. 17-1 Red Sox. Cue shot foul from Carlos Lee, who's 0 for 2. He'll be followed by Chris Singleton. Look out. Back in our direction. And just after we lost Alex, we don't need a foul ball in the booth.
Sounded like a hard ricochet off the 600 club.
Yes. That'll rattle him around down there. Have you ever watched a game down in there?
No, never have.
Nor have I. You know, it's very nice down there. When we try to sneak in, they say, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, I've been to a few functions in the 600 club, but never there to watch a game.
And they just throw me out. They know I don't belong. A little flare foul. Red Sox announced today that Pawtucket infielder Jim Chamblee and outfielder Michael Coleman have been selected to represent the International League in the annual AAA All-Star game. The International League All-Stars will face the Pacific Coast League All-Stars July 14th in New Orleans. Jim Chamblee and Michael Coleman will be making the trip. Chamblee's hitting .273, 13 homers, 43 runs batted in for the first place Paw Sox. Michael Coleman's hitting .263, 16 homers, 39 runs batted in. The teams are selected by club staff members, media representatives. So congratulations to Jim Chamblee and Michael Coleman. 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air in center field. And Lewis has it. 2 down. 5 in a row retired by Wasden. Pedro retired the last 5 White Sox hitters he faced. So that's 10 straight up and down for Chicago.
Number 12, the center fielder, Chris Singleton.
Here's Chris Singleton. Provided the White Sox with their only run. A homer over the bullpen and right in the second off Pedro Martinez. Red Sox having this big uprising in front of a lot of Red Sox alumni for the 4th straight year. John Harrington, Dan Duquette, John Buckley are hosting Red Sox New England alumni and their families. Many former Red Sox players here today, including Rick Miller, former manager Joe Morgan, Eddie Pellegrini's here, Johnny Pesky, Rico Petrocelli, Dick Raditz, Gary Wazlewski, John Kennedy, Walt Dropo, Billy Canigliaro, Dom DiMaggio is here. There are many others all enjoying the game. Babe Ruth's granddaughter is here, Linda Tosetti.
I get a letter for that every year also, but I'm going to be here anyway, so.
Are you going to recruit some of these guys for your
wiffle ball
game during the All-Star break?
Get the monster out there, Raditz, to close it out for me.
I bet he could make the ball move with a wiffle ball. Singleton walks. A 2-out base runner for Chicago here in the 7th. We did try, by the way, to get a hold of David Rubin, the dean of the Newhouse School of Communications at Syracuse University, talking about the candidacy of our pal Adam Kaufman from Sharon High School working with us here in the booth. But we got the answer machine, so we're going to try again. in a little bit.
He's probably just getting home after playing some golf right now.
He's a very big baseball fan. Loves the Cleveland Indians. Grew up in Cleveland. Comes here to Fenway every year, in fact, to see Cleveland. He's coming later this summer in August when the Indians are here. Greg Norton, the batter. He is fly to right and struck out. 17-1 Boston in the 7th. Out of play. 0-2.
Any other news and notes?
Well, I hope they had a lot of food in that box for the alumni today. There were some good eaters in that group. On the ground to second. Offerman to Stanley. A low throw handled by Mike. That ends the inning. 7th inning stretch at Fenway. Red Sox lead by 16.
Pep Boys knows how to give you a great deal on tires. They don't run specials on just one size. Pep Boys discounts every size in stock. That means all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for $99. All 70,000-mile tires are 4 for only $169. Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires and protect your tires with a computerized wheel alignment. Cars, trucks, or SUVs now only $44.99.
Pep Boys. Cars like us. People love us.
Of Italy. Open up.
Planning a summer vacation? We can help. Now get a $1,000 cash allowance, 1.9 financing, or a great lease rate on a Dodge Caravan. And for a limited time, when you buy or lease a Caravan from new dealer stock, you'll also get a prepaid Gulf oil coupon book good for up to 3,000 highway miles of Gulf gasoline. Gulf, a name you know, a name you can trust. See your New England Dodge dealer and see why America's best-selling minivan might well be America's best vacation minivan.
Back at Fenway, 7th inning stretch. 17-1, the Red Sox have the lead. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. No dissemination, please. You know someone who doesn't want to tape this illegally. Several someones, all of them in the Chicago dugout. We're with the bride. Where is the bride? Maybe we can send Bob Qua out there. Another episode of Where's Qua? Reggie Jefferson lines one foul. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he took off with the bride. Jefferson, up for the second time. He pinch hit for Daubach in the 4th. Was called out on strikes against Scott Air. Facing Sean Lowe beginning his 3rd inning of relief. He's given up 1 run. Jefferson, Garcia Parra, and O'Leary due up. And in baseball, is there any way to call off the dogs? You know, sometimes in other sports, football, you don't run it up, or hockey, you know, you may almost not even try to shoot on the goal, but in baseball, it's kind of tough.
No, you're up there. You're still trying to get your base hits. You obviously stop any kind of running game you might have. You don't play any hit and run. You don't steal bases. Basically, you hope you get through this thing healthy with everybody, especially the guys on that losing ball club. Sometimes you'll get a few yelling, a little bit of yelling out of the losing dugout if a pitcher starts guys off with a changeup or a curveball. You know, throw the fastball. You get a 19-1 lead, whatever. But you know, they can't do that, obviously.
Line, and is it caught? Yes, it is. Mike Caruso, a nice play. Now Nomar, who finished off the 11-run first inning with a 2-run homer. And then in the 3rd, with 2 outs and 2 men on, he ripped one over the screen and left. did some damage in the parking lot across Ted Williams' way. 2 for 4 for Nomar, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. Facing low for the second time, he grounded out against Sean. Back in the 5th, foul ball to the screen. 1 strike on Garcia Parra.
One other thing you don't do when you have this kind of a lead is try to bunt for a base hit. That would cause World War III.
Yes. Well, the Red Sox outbursts in these 2 games. 6 runs last night, 17 today, overshadowing the fine pitching by Jin-Ho Cho last night, with Mark Guthrie saving it. Pedro and John Wasden cruising along today. Garcia Parra out on the fly ball to center. 2 outs. There's Jin-Ho Cho. He's won 2 starts in a row now.
Number 25, the left fielder, Troy O'Leary.
Haven't heard much lately about Juan Pena. Makes you wonder what's happening with him. We're going to have to
last I heard he was
investigative research before tomorrow.
Back down in Fort Myers, still having some trouble with the shoulder, I guess. Not too bad. He pitched a couple of great games for the Red Sox.
Sure did.
Fun to watch pitch.
Troy O'Leary up there. Well, they're having some fun in the bleachers out there. We don't know if it is involving that wedding party, but there's a lot of people up there in the center field bleachers who are standing and singing. And hot place to be today. They're right in the blistering sun. Check swinging a foul ball. Maybe we should do a game from out there one night. Remember Harry Carey did a game several years ago from Wrigley bleachers in Wrigley Field?
Yeah.
Troy just throws the bat at the ball, trying to dump it in shallow left center, but it's caught, and that ends the inning. Lowe has a 1-2-3 7th inning. We go to the 8th. 17-1 Red Sox.
From the beginning, the redesigned Dodge Dakota was different. It was the roomiest club cab in its class, the only one that offered a V8, and the only one ranked most appealing compact pickup by J.D. Power & Associates 2 years straight. Plus now, it's J.D. Power & Associates' best compact pickup in initial quality. Dakota, still turning the truck world upside down. Now get a $1,000 cash allowance and a no-charge V6 on select regular cab Dakotas.
When you buy a bargain basement PC, what you're really buying is a mystery box. Will there be a monitor? Probably not. Lots of software? Ha! A year on the internet, 24/7 tech support? Dream on. With a Gateway Essential PC, you know exactly what you're getting. Monitor, great software, award-winning tech support, and internet access for $28 a month or less than $1 a day. No mystery there. Call 1-800-GATEWAY for a Gateway Essential PC with an Intel Celeron processor.
Corbel, official champagne of the Millennium Celebration.
Back at Fenway, the Red Sox have the 17-1 lead as we move to the top of the 8th inning. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Red Sox. White Sox hit tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That on JCS. Monday at 7. That'll be a Nesson ball game. Then the Tampa Bay Devil Rays came in for a 2-game series. The first game at 7 o'clock on Nesson Wednesday, and then 7 o'clock on Thursday on the JCS television network. Well, John Wasden going into his 3rd inning of work since picking up Pedro Martinez. Pedro going 5 innings in this ball game. Wasden has been very effective. Only 1 base runner, a walk to Singleton last inning.
You know, this is another one of those days maybe you can practice your play-by-play skills if you feel like you're so good last year. One-sided game, maybe a chance to get a little work in.
I think we'll wait for maybe a West Coast game late at night.
Okay.
When, you know, the audience isn't quite as large, although I would imagine a lot of watching right now.
No. Well, there's not much else on.
What's on today? What is it, Saturday?
I think we're up against, I don't know, the NHL draft right down the street at the Fleet Center. That's exciting. It's probably finished by now, at least well past the point where, you know, you'd be watching.
What about Wimbledon? Is that on?
I think that's on. That might be over, too, though. Yeah, it's 6:23. We had a late start today. We're probably up against the local news right now. And we're just destroying them, I'm sure.
Golf. There's got to be some golf on.
That might be over, too.
That's over,
the
too?
The NBA's done. Wasn't that a shame the Knicks lost?
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah. There's that Women's World Cup soccer. Have you been watching that? USA team's really good.
Mia Hamm.
Mia Hamm. You a ham, we all a ham. Swing and a miss. 2-2. And they scored 7 goals the other night against Nigeria. Nigeria actually had the lead 1-0. And then the USA women scored 7 in a row.
Yeah, watching some of that down in Baltimore.
It's exciting. 2-2 on Konerko. Popped up. Nomar. 1 out here in the 8th.
Number 8, the catcher.
Brooke Fordyce to hit next.
Fordyce.
White Sox have not had a hit since the 4th when Maglio Ordonez singled at center. They have just 3 hits. Fordyce walked in the 3rd and grounded out in the 5th. Just a little tardy on that swing.
I'd imagine it might be a little bit difficult right now with the shadow situation. Pitcher and catcher and hitter and shadow, still a little bit bright out toward that background.
Did you catch any of the no-hitter last night? Jose Jimenez of St. Louis?
No, I just saw it, you know, right at the end of the highlights when they were, you know, congratulating him, and it looked like Tony La Russa was hugging somebody in the dugout, but that's I didn't really see much of the game at all.
I believe he was 3-7 heading into that game, kind of scuffling. He threw a no-hitter against the Diamondbacks. Told there were a couple nice plays behind him by Eric Davis.
I have to watch now. Usually when you get one, it seems like you get 2 or 3 of them that happen pretty quickly. So see if that happens before the All-Star break.
Wasden with the 1-2 to Fordyce. Pulled down the line. Merloni to Stanley. 2 outs here in the 8th.
We used to call Bob Stanley Lou when the fans were booing him here at Fenway for a while. We just changed his name to Lou.
The second baseman.
You know, we were talking about doing a game from the center field bleachers. It reminds the story when Harry Carey did that. You know, Harry, I guess, was having a tough time seeing out there. He said, swing and a miss. He struck him out. No, it's a line drive down to 3rd, and it's caught. And Steve Stone had to say, no, Harry, that was a swing and a miss. And then the catcher threw the ball down to 3rd. That's a fair ball. The runner didn't even run. Leo Rodriguez out. A 1-2-3 inning for John Wasden. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 17-1 Boston.
A baby changes your life, and free and low-cost federal booklets can help. Call toll-free 1-888-8-PUEBLO.
Say hello to the best music on the radio.
The all-new B97. For Bangor's most hit music, switch to the all-new B97.
Nothing's right, I'm sorry. You're a little late. I'm already told.
B97.
I don't care who you are, who you are.
Continuous hit music. The all-new B97.
Rhino Linings is more than just truck linings.
Rhino Linings has whatever you want to accessorize your truck or car. Rhino Linings, 563 Audland Road, Bangor. See our ad in the Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages.
For computers, parts, and accessories, Pine Tree Computers is your source for computer discounts. Try a P75 with 32 megs of RAM, 1.6 gig hard drive, and monitor for $400. Great deals, great selections. Like SideQuest and iOmega drives for $150. Or 5 iOmega discs for only $100. How does a 28 Sony monitor for $350 sound? Or keyboards for just $15. Pine Tree Computers in Ellsworth, your computer resource.
First, the much-anticipated check of the National League scoreboard. Cincinnati beat Houston 8-1 today. Sean Casey, who's probably going to be an all-star, hit a 2-run homer, his 16th. Philadelphia leads the Cubs 6-1. Rico Brogna and Ron Gant homered, and Sammy Sosa hit one, his 27th, number 300 of his career. Los Angeles 3, San Francisco 1. Todd Hundley hit a 2-run homer. Rest of the action tonight. Says here, pulls the hidden ball trick. Which team was successful in pulling off the hidden ball trick? Do we know? San Francisco pulled the old hidden ball trick on Perez, the pitcher. He probably threw a fit.
Oh, the guy from the Dodgers?
Yeah, when the other night was in the dugout with the bat smashing everything. They apparently got him with the hidden ball trick.
That must have been beautiful.
Don't see that much anymore. I remember the last time we saw it. Foul ball out of play to the right from Mike Stanley, who's 2 for 4, a solo homer and a double. Marty Barrett used to try that from time to time when he was here. Were you a practitioner of the hidden ball trick?
No. That's the kind of thing that can also start World War III.
It works once, but then you get drilled the next time you're up there.
You got to be careful who you pull a hidden ball trick against.
1-2 pitch popped up again on the right side. Now, is that something a team would ever talk about or practice? Or is that something just the individual players do themselves?
I think it's mostly the individual player. Yeah, and, you know, Barrett was always one of those slick guys. You know, always trying to trick somebody, and he did it a couple of times, I think.
Yes.
But no, I've never been to a spring training where, you know, today
you're going to work on the hidden ball trick.
45, we're going to spend a half hour on the hidden ball trick. Wendell might have been good at that.
Wendell would be very good at that, being a magician. Maybe he taught it to the Giants before he left there to come here as a coach. Ball high from Sean Lowe. He's given them 3 solid innings of relief.
Wendell could make that baseball disappear and then make it reappear and tag the guy out.
Yeah. That looked like strike 3. It is. Stanley knew it. First strikeout for Sean Lowe. 1 out of the 8th. Jason Varitek having a very productive series. He and Trot Nixon, we featured them at the top of the telecast. And they are continuing to hum right along today. Now a combined 9 for 13. The 7 and 9 hitters for the Red Sox. In the 2 games against Chicago, Red Sox lead 17-1. Varitek today has doubled twice and hit a solo homer. He scored 3 runs and driven in 3. His average steadily on the climb up to 254 now. There's a strike, 0-2. Maybe we should have our interns, Troy Henderson and his intern, there's Pat Rapp in the bullpen, Adam Kaufman. Maybe we should have them broadcast the rest of the game. They're here to get some experience for the summer. We were overruled by the truck. They both just fainted in the back of the booth, too, so we'll have to revive them before that's even a possibility. One and 2. They'd be pretty good at it. Happy that Troy is starting to lose a little bit of that southern drawl as he learns how to talk like the rest of the world's supposed to here in New England. Whoa, Caruso. Looked like he just took a right hand from Evander Holyfield, but he made the catch.
I think the fans here at Fenway have been feeling a little bit today for the White Sox. They give Caruso a nice round of applause after making this catch.
The center fielder.
The way things have gone for Chicago, you would expect him to just drop this ball. But he's able to hold on and make a nice play after that little stumble.
2 outs now here in the 8th. Sean Lowe with this relief appearance has restored some order. There's Darren Lewis, who's just joining us. The Red Sox got 11 runs in the first. And there's always someone, as Jerry said earlier today, it's Darren Lewis, who doesn't have a hit or a run scored. The only one in the lineup without a hit and a run scored. Brian Rose will start here tomorrow afternoon for the Red Sox when they try to make it 5 straight wins overall and 3 in a row over the White Sox. Jim Parquet will pitch for Chicago, the young left-hander from UCLA, who has 8 wins. He's pitched very well. Respectable 3.55 ERA. Barron sends that one out of play to the right.
Yeah, Jim Parquet is 9th in the league in ERA. Mike Soroka, I think, also is working in this series, is 5th in the league in ERA. So 2 of their top pitchers yet to go in this series.
3-2 pitch, chop foul. To short. Caruso throws him out. Lowe's retired 7 in a row. Where was he earlier? We go to the 9th. Last chance for the White Sox. 16 to tie, 17 to take the lead after this.
Flying to Baltimore for business? If these 19 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Baltimore, maybe this will. Call 1-800-I-FLY-SWA.
You are now free to move about the country.
Need a battery? Now at Pep Boys, get a ProStart 75-month battery from $44.99. ProStart name brand quality batteries by Exide from $44.99.
Pep Boys. Cars like us. People love us.
It introduced the most powerful overall line of pickups on the planet and stamped the terms V10 and Magnum Power indelibly on the face of truckdom. It kicked open the door to the next generation of pickups and made such an impression that today, this is all you have to see to know what's behind it.
Boston Red Sox baseball has been brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible. Fly Southwest Airlines. And by your friendly Dodge dealer. From cars to minivans to trucks, it's about change. The new Dodge. Fenway Park emptying out now on a hot late afternoon and early evening.
The shortstop, Mike Caruso.
Pedro Martinez fan, all taped up.
They didn't have much of a day posting the K's because Pedro went just 5 innings in this one-sided game. But the mask, the Dominican flag, the K's, they're all ready to go out there. Mike Caruso swings at the first one. And Garcia Parra throws him out. You got to like Caruso in a game like this. He's 0 for 4.
He's the kind of player that he may go a whole year just like Ozzie Guillen, and maybe not walk. It's possible. If Ozzie packed in 20 a year, that was a big, that was big time.
Yeah, you really had to be throwing it all over the place to walk Ozzie. Here is Craig Wilson up for the second time. He grounded out his first time up. That was against John Wasden. Red Sox lead 17-1. Whoa! There goes the bat right into his own dugout. What a little scare into the cameraman.
Yeah, I think the cameraman fell back and hit his back against some of those things that are sticking out. Jim Bates. Fortunately, the bat didn't hit him, but he got his back.
Jim looks like he'd rip the guy's head off if he came over there and did that again. Rough him up down there. Looks like they spilled a drink at the end of the dugout, too. Been that kind of a day for the White Sox. It's about the only thing left that they haven't done. Wound one of their own with a flying bat. He managed to hang on to the bat that time. The attendance here today, 32,705. That is a sellout, the 11th of the season here at Fenway. And with the way this team is playing, there'll be many more. Lots of good seats still available for Monday night's game against Chicago and for the 2 Tampa Bay games Wednesday and Thursday. Wilson called out. And the White Sox are down to their final out.
Wasden is not allowed a hit since being in this ball game. The last hit for Chicago back in the 4th inning. Maglio Ordonez off Pedro Martinez.
John qualifies for a save in this situation, just as Guthrie did with his 3 innings last night.
How about the year he's having? 7 vulture wins and now this save.
This is the vulture save of all time, too. Coming in with a 15-run lead.
Hold him right there.
Leafer fouls one away.
Is that the judgment of the official scorer whether it should be a save or is that a rule?
No,
it has to be.
The finishing pitcher, 3 innings or more, you pitch effectively no matter what the score. That's a save. Down to first. Foul ball. Boy, was that close. Fans want the final out. TV crew wouldn't mind it either. Well, 1-2 pitch. Line and they had the final out, but he dropped it. Right when we were giving him the big buildup down there.
You got to do it over time.
These fans into it right to the last out. I think they'd be worn out from cheering today. Another 1-2. And another foul ball. The drama builds
as the clock ticks away.
One-two pitch. Hit on the ground. Down to first. Stanley flips to Wasden. That's it. 17-1 the final. The totals and more in a moment.
Now where did that come from? Whoa! Hey, I've got bugs everywhere.
Boy, you need Ortho Bug Be Gone.
You said it.
It kills virtually all types of harmful outdoor bugs. Guaranteed.
Works on my lawn.
Uh-huh.
On vegetables, too?
Yep. Bug Be Gone does it all. So it's all you need.
Beautiful. That Bug Be Gone really works.
Got bugs? Leave it to Ortho.
Best have yet to get there. Mike Messina has never done it, nor has Pedro Martinez. But if Pedro wins tonight in Chicago, it will be his 15th of the season, halfway to the magical 30-win mark that has not been reached since 1968. Times have changed enough since then, though, to put that milestone virtually out of reach. Steve Hurt puts that all in focus.
Crowd on their feet here. Got it.
It's been 31 years since Major League Baseball had its last 30-game winner. That was the troubled Denny McLain, who won 31-6 for the Tigers back in 1968. But in my opinion, in today's baseball, it would be more difficult for a pitcher to win 30 games in a season than it would be for a hitter, such as Tony Fernandez, to bat 400. First, let's go back to 1968. McLain made 41 starts that season, including 26 on 3 days rest and 3 starts on 2 days rest. He had no wins in his first 2 starts, which were both no decisions, or in his last 2, a no decision and a loss. But in between, he had 31 wins in 37 starts. But McLain pitched in a 4-man rotation, which has gone the way of the Sunday doubleheader and Ladies' Day. No one has come close to 41 starts in any year in the 1990s. Greg Maddux had the most, 37 with the Cubs back in the 91 season, in his pre-Cy Young days.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Strikeout number 14.
And not only does Martinez operate in a 5-man rotation, but Jimmy Williams has been disinclined to move him up ahead of teammates when there's an off day. Martinez was moved up twice in April, but on 6 occasions since then, when he could have been moved up, he got an extra day's rest instead. It seems that Martinez will make about 36 starts this season, which obviously leaves little room for error. In the early 1970s, when several teams still used 4-man rotations, there were 6 pitchers who earned their 15th win before their team reached the halfway mark of the season. But none of these pitchers finished with as many as 25 wins that season, much less 30. Now get ready for some numbers. If Martinez wins today,
strike 3 call.
It would become only the 2nd pitcher in the past 23 years to reach 15 wins by his team's 81st game, the halfway mark. Who was the other? Does the nickname One Tough Dominican ring a bell? Joaquin Andujar had 15 wins in the Cardinals' first 79 games in the 85 season, but he won only 6 more the rest of the way and wound up being pulled off the field by teammates after being ejected from Game 7 of the World Series. Of course, there's a basic truth that underlies all of this. It's that a player who's on a so-called record pace to start a season rarely continues that pace throughout the entire season. I was just telling that last year to my friend, Mark McGuire.
Arnold Palmer won 90.
Baseball is brought to you in part by your New England Ford dealers. Stop by your New England Ford dealer for savings on great new Ford cars and trucks. And by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible. Fly Southwest Airlines. And we welcome you live inside Comiskey Park in Chicago. A far less than capacity crowd on hand. They'll have fireworks here after the game. That ordinarily is an attendance booster for Chicago, and they need it, as the White Sox are averaging just more than 15,000 fans per home date. In total home attendance this year in the American League, only Minnesota and Oakland have drawn fewer fans than the White Sox to their home park. Time now for the Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox are 45-33.